So a little bit about the Rhumbix company. Rhumbix, San Francisco-based technology. We've been doing this since about 2013. The background to Rhumbix was a large project in Chile where myself and Zach, the CEO and co-founder of Rhumbix, was spending many, many hours a day and a week trying to process paper time cards for about 7,000 craft workers. So the genesis of Rhumbix was this large mega project where all the information on a $3.5–4 billion project was captured on paper. And it was the challenges that we experienced of trying to digitize that information across this huge mega job where the idea of leveraging technology really became apparent. And this was back in 2012, 2013. So we didn't really have the ubiquity that you see now of iPhones and apps and broadband and LTE and cloud computing that has really made a solution like Rhumbix apparent. And what you've observed is over the course of the past 10 years or so, between 2012 to now, the adoption and evolution of all of those enabling technologies that has made apps and cloud-based technology so much more relevant in construction. And that's been both the blessing and the curse, because you've seen people adopt, but you've also seen a massive emergence of different solutions for similar problem sets that has moved the industry from having very few solutions to having, far too many. And it's made selecting technologies much more difficult for contractors, because all of a sudden you have an amazing choice, but how do you actually stitch all of those together in a way that is coherent? And so really what we're trying to do at Rhumbix is give technology solutions to contractors that actually make that selection process a lot easier, and give people the opportunity to consolidate and standardize where they may have invested in multiple different tools in the past, that now they're struggling to make the most of them, particularly in the current economic climate where, technology spend is beginning to get a bit more of a focus from CFOs and, IT teams in general. How can people consolidate their spend, consolidate their solutions, and make the most of that data? So Rhumbix, we call ourselves a foreman's digital tool belt. You're unlikely to send your craft workers out in the field with tools that are suboptimal in terms of quality or application, or maybe unsafe. We think about it the same way from a foreman's digital tool belt perspective. Send your foreman out, your craft workers out with the best possible tools available for them. So practically, what does that mean? When we set out to build Rhumbix many years ago, our focus was on labor productivity and performance measurement. And what we realized very quickly was that in order to do that practically, you first needed to solve the problem of timekeeping. And realistically, what we discovered when we were building the company is that many, many people in the United States and North America in general were still really struggling with paper-based timekeeping. That was creating all sorts of challenges around latency, data quality, redundancy, and administration, issues with getting data from the field into payroll and ERP systems in a timely way. And that practically, if you wanted to improve anything downstream of the ERP and timekeeping, it needed to improve the timekeeping process first and foremost. Fundamentally, ERP is an excellent tool at what they do, but they're very finance and accounting centric. So if you want to separate timekeeping and the data that it contains and the insights that it can deliver, leveraging the ERPs to drive those processes can create challenges in terms of latency. Everything has to wait until payroll has been run before you can deliver insights off the data. And practically, the ERP will store data in the way it needs to retain it. And if that is at a different level of detail or a different set of contexts and insights than you're looking for, then using ERP first for that information can actually create some challenges. So having that data in a bespoke solution like Rhumbix actually gives you opportunities to report off it in ways that many ERPs don't support. So timekeeping was always front and center of what we needed to build to ultimately deliver on our value of better labor productivity and performance measurement.